According to Nelson Mandela, who are the real wealth of a country? Tell me. According to Nelson Mandela, who is the real wealth of a country? Huh? That day I told you who is the real wealth of the country according to Nelson Mandela. Yes, the people of the country. So he says that the real wealth of the country is not the minerals or the gems or the diamonds. The real wealth of the country are its people. Because if the people are honest, hardworking, the country will prosper. Uh, so it is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Time and again I have seen men and women risk and give up their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks. So here Nelson Mandela is saying that today maybe the whole world sees him as a courageous person because he played a very important role in ending the racial discrimination. There is no doubt about that. But from where did he get this courage? He got this courage from the other people. He got his courage from the other people whom he met in the prison. Comrades. Comrades means what? Friends. So it is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking down. While he was in prison for 28 years, Nelson Mandela was in prison for 28 years. You can just imagine how much he suffered. So he was in prison for 28 years and he saw that many other blacks like him, they suffered so much of torture and they even had to sacrifice their lives, but they did not break. They did not break up. They were determined that whatever torture they would have to suffer, they should end this evil system. So Nelson Mandela got this courage from other people whom he saw in prison, who were suffering so much of torture. So he says that courage is not the absence of fear, because fear is there in every human being. Fear is a feeling, emotion that is present in every human being. So what is courage? Courage is to get over that fear. Courage is to triumph. Triumph means get success over your fear. So, a fearless person, a courageous person is the person who is able to conquer his fear. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Then he says that no one is born hating another person. Right from the childhood, if you see a small child, he is very innocent. Does he have these negative feelings in his mind? So a child is very innocent. He does not have any negative feelings in his mind. So no one is born hating another person. From where does this hatred come? He learns this hatred in society only. So here no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. Nelson Mandela tells us that love is a more natural emotion than hate. If people can be taught hatred, they can be taught to love more easily than hatred. Because love is a positive emotion, it comes more naturally to man. Basically, most human beings are good people. So, Nelson Mandela still has belief in the goodness of human beings, that people can be taught to love more easily than they can be taught to hate, than its opposite. Even in the grimmest times in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits. So in prison, they had to suffer uncountable sufferings, uncountable tortures, both physical and mental. Both physical and mental. If you are kept isolated from your family, that itself is a mental torture. And then all the physical tortures. So they had to suffer a lot of torture, but still, they did not give up. I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards. So, Nelson Mandela remembers one incident when one of the guards in the prison expressed sympathy for him. So, he says that sympathy is there in all the human beings. Like the guard in the prison, though he was a white, yet he had sympathy for him. So he remembers that guard in the prison, in whose eyes he saw kindness. Grimmest times in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second. But it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. So this feeling of kindness that Nelson Mandela saw in the eyes of the guard when he was suffering in prison, that made him feel that human beings are basically good people. But it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never be extinguished. Maybe because of some circumstance or because other people behave badly towards you, you also become a bad person. Maybe, but no person is totally bad. So man's goodness can be hidden but never extinguished. Here we can see the positive approach of Nelson Mandela. He says that maybe a person acts badly, behaves badly, but that does not mean that basically that person is bad. Maybe due to some things his goodness is hidden, but goodness cannot be completely finished, it cannot be extinguished. So it can be hidden for some time. Man's goodness can be hidden for some time. Circumstances may hide it, other people's behavior may hide it, but it cannot be completely finished. It cannot be hidden. So each man in a society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations. Then he talks about the dual obligations, twin obligation. Obligation means duty. So obligation means duty, and every person in his life he has two kinds of duties. One is the duty towards family and one is the duty towards the society. And every person tries to balance these kind of duties. But Nelson Mandela says that for a black in South Africa, it was not possible to carry on those both the duties parallelly. क्यों ऐसा संभव नहीं था? According to his own inclinations and abilities. So every man is able to fulfill both kinds of duties. But in South Africa, a black person was not able to fulfill both kinds of duties. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color. साउथ अफ्रीका में किसी भी ब्लैक के लिए दोनों ड्यूटीज़ फुलफिल करना संभव नहीं था, क्योंकि अगर वो देश के प्रति अपना ड्यूटी फुलफिल करते तो क्या करते? अपार्थाइड के खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट करते. If a black person tries to fulfill his duties towards his country, what would he or she do? He would protest against apartheid because it is an evil system. बुराई के खिलाफ duty है. What is our duty? Our duty is to fight against the evils. That is, what is our duty to society? Our duty to society is to fight against the evils present in the society. So now we are free, so we are fighting against the other evil things, corruption, discrimination, etc. But if we consider the situation at that time in South Africa, when the black South Africans were denied even the basic rights. At that time, what was the duty of a black South African? To protest against this evil system. उस समय तो उनका ड्यूटी यही था कि इस बुराई के खिलाफ लड़ना. And if the black protested against that evil system of racial discrimination, what was his situation? He was put in the prison. From prison, could he fulfill his family responsibilities? प्रिजन अगर किसी भी ब्लैक को आइसोलेट करके उसको प्रिजन में डाल दिया जाए तो क्या वो वहाँ से अपने जिम्मेदारी संभाल सकता है, फैमिली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज? नो. सो for a black South African, it was not possible to fulfill both the duties at the same time. Even Nelson Mandela had to neglect his family responsibilities. For the 28 years that he was in prison, he could not fulfill his family responsibilities towards his wife, towards his children. So he neglected it for the good of his country. So in South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Black South African, if he fought for his basic rights, he was punished and put in the prison. He was isolated. In South Africa, a man to the people was inevitably ripped from his family. South Africa में क्या situation था? Anybody who tried to fulfill the duty towards the society, protest against the evil system, he was put in the prison. From there, he could not fulfill his family responsibilities. Ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. So he was forced to live a life of rebellion. Rebellion means protest, oppose, rebel, विरोध करना. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. तो बाद में नेल्सन मंडेला ने क्या किया? उन्होंने देखा कि दोनों रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो मैं फुलफिल कर नहीं पाऊंगा, तो उन्होंने किसको प्रायोरिटी दिया? Choose to place my people above my family. So Nelson Mandela chose the country over his family. He decided to fight for the rights of his countrymen. But in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son. So he could fulfill his duty towards his country. But could he fulfill his duties as a son, as a brother, as a father and a husband? No, he could not fulfill all these duties. For the 28 years that he was in prison, he had to neglect his family. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free. Free in every way that I could know. So this he is talking about his childhood days. बचपन में नेल्सन मंडेला को ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं लगता है कि वो फ्री नहीं है. ये आइडिया जो है, दिस आइडिया दैट ही वॉज नॉट फ्री, व्हेन डिड इट एंटर हिज माइंड? व्हेन ही ग्रू अप एंड व्हेन ही बिकेम एन एडल्ट. In the childhood, he thought that he was free because yes. So free in every way I could know, free to what's this? What is that? So, in his childhood, Nelson Mandela thought that he was totally free. नहीं हो जाएगा, वो स्क्रीन थोड़ा मूव कर गया. So I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way I could know. So in childhood, Nelson Mandela was under the illusion. He was under the illusion. It was not a true freedom, but he was under the illusion that he was free. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream, and run through my village. So, in his childhood, he felt that he was free. Why? Because he could freely run in the field, he could freely swim, he was free to roast mealies. So, mealie is the staple corn of the South African, mealies. Under the stars, ride the broad backs of the slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided. So, abided means obey, abided also means follow. Follow the customs of my tribe. I was not troubled by the laws of God or man. So, when Nelson Mandela was a child, he was under the illusion, false belief that he was free because he could run in the fields, he could ride the bulls, he could roam here and there, he could eat his favorite food, roast the mealies. So, he thought that he was free. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. जब नेल्सन मंडेला बड़े हुए तो उनको क्या लगा कि वो बचपन का जो आज़ादी था वो तो बस एक false belief था, illusion. Illusion means something which is false, which is not true. When he grew up, in childhood he thought he was free. When he grew up, what he realized? That he was not a free person, because the whites had imposed lot of restrictions on the blacks. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. And when Nelson Mandela understood that the whites have taken away the freedom from the blacks, then he had a hunger for freedom. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night. किस तरह का freedom उनको चाहिए था कि वो देर रात तक बाहर घूम सके. उस समय जो था, जब तक रेशियल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन था, तब तक ब्लैक लोगों को रात में घूमने की आज़ादी नहीं थी. So, when he became an adult, he realized that he was not free. Why? Because he could not roam about in the night, stay out at night. The blacks were not allowed to read all the books. He could not read books of his choice. He could not roam about freely at night. And he could not go to every place. They were not permitted in restaurants and all. So then he realized, when he grew up, then he realized that he is not actually a free person. Whites have unnecessarily imposed so many restrictions on the blacks, and that also just on the basis of the color. And then he thought that this system is unjust. He thought that this system is inhuman and it should be ended at any cost, even if it meant losing his life. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep. So, even the blacks were not able to get good jobs, even if they were talented. So, he wanted to get everything according to his potential. So, these are the things. These are the things which made Nelson Mandela fight for the end of this evil system. So first, in the beginning, what he desired, the freedom for himself. लेकिन बाद में उन्हें क्या लगा कि उनके तरह तो बहुत सारे ब्लैक लोग उन्हीं के तरह पीड़ित हैं. Then he decided that he should fight for everyone, not only for himself, for everyone. So, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedom of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family. The freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So, what kind of freedom he wanted? Freedom that he could lead a lawful life. Of course, he wanted freedom. That does not mean that he wanted to do something against the law. It was just that he wanted the basic freedom, which should be given to any human being. So he was not demanding something extraordinary, something illogical. Only those things that every human being should be given. अ, अब हर तरह का किताब पढ़ने का अधिकार तो सबको है, रात में बाहर घूमने का अधिकार तो सबको होना चाहिए, रेस्टोरेंट्स होटल्स में खाने का तो अधिकार सबको होना चाहिए. अगर किसी के रंग के आधार पर आप उसे बेसिक राइट्स नहीं देते हैं तो दिस सिस्टम कैनॉट बी जस्टिफाइड. इट इज़ अ वेरी ईविल सिस्टम. एंड देन he started fighting against this evil system. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters. पहले उनको खुद के लिए दुख लगता था, लेकिन फिर जब उन्होंने सोसाइटी में देखा तो what did he think? This is the suffering of every black. This is not his personal suffering. This is the suffering of every black person like him. His brothers, his sisters. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. What did he find? That all the person who has the color of my skin, black, are denied this basic freedom. So this is the suffering of all my people, all the blacks. That is when I joined the African National Congress. So at that time, Nelson Mandela joined the African National Congress. He started protesting against the racial discrimination. And that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom. So initially, what was the hunger? शुरू में जो था उनको सिर्फ खुद के लिए आज़ादी चाहिए थी. बाद में उन्होंने देखा कि उनके तरह तो और भी बहुत सारे विक्टिम्स हैं. Then he decided that he should fight for everyone of my people. It was this desire for freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect. What did Nelson Mandela want for the blacks? Blacks also should be allowed to lead a life of dignity and self-respect. No human being has the right to take away the self-respect of another person. God has not given the right to anyone to look down upon another person. He has created everyone equally. Live with dignity and self-respect. That animated my life. Animated means become active. Animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one. ऐसा नहीं था कि Nelson Mandela was a brave person right from the beginning. He was also a timid person, a frightened man. But what brought about this change in him? From a frightened man to such a bold and fearless personality? What brought about this transformation of Nelson Mandela from a frightened man to a bold person? Yes, the hunger, the strong desire for freedom. The strong desire, the hunger for freedom, the lack of freedom that he was suffering, all this transformed him from a fearless person to a bold person. So, that drove a law-abiding attorney. He was an attorney by profession, a lawyer. And he was also a law-abiding person. वो कानून को तोड़ना नहीं चाहते थे, लेकिन बहुत कुछ उनको ऐसा भी करना पड़ा. He had to break the law in some situations that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. So the 28 years he spent in prison, he spent away from home. Does that mean that he did not love his family? It doesn't mean if he spent 28 years in prison, it doesn't mean he didn't love his family. लेकिन ऐसी कुछ मजबूरी थी. उन्हें लगा कि लोगों के अधिकार के लिए लड़ना उस समय परिवार से ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. So he also loved his family, but he was helpless at that time. He was compelled. He was compelled by the circumstances that he had to be away from his family. He also loved his family like any family-loving person. But situations and circumstances compelled him to be away from his family for so long a time. that forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. And what kind of life he led in prison? Like a monk. Monk is a religious person who keeps away from all the worldly things. तो प्रिजन में कैसा लाइफ था? एकदम सिंपल डिसिप्लिन लाइफ, जस्ट लाइक अ साधु, अ सन्यासी, अ मॉन्क. So he had to live life like a monk, away from all the comforts and material things of life. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man. So Mandela is also very humble person. डज ही कॉल हिमसेल्फ वेरी वर्चुअस? वो कहते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बहुत ही वर्चुअस हूँ. वर्चुअस मीन्स अ पर्सन विथ ऑल द गुड क्वालिटीज. सो ही इज़ नॉट बोस्टिंग ऑफ हिमसेल्फ. पीपल कंसिडर हिम अ ग्रेट पर्सनैलिटी, बट he does not say that he is a great person. He says, I am not very virtuous, I am not self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. तो कारण क्या था कि नेल्सन मंडेला sacrificed so much? He felt that he could not enjoy his life when he saw so many of the people around him suffering. I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. अगर एक ब्लैक भी चेन में बंधा हुआ है तो सारे ब्लैक्स चेन में बंधे हुए हैं. If the chain is on one black people, the whole community is in chains. All of them, the chains on all my people were the chains on me. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. So, he says that both the oppressor and the oppressed must be liberated. A person who takes away the rights of others, can that person be happy and peaceful? Oppressor also cannot be happy and peaceful. So the oppressor also should be liberated. So here he is calling all the whites the oppressor. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. Suppose the whites took away the freedom of the blacks, but then they were hated by the blacks. So a man who takes away another person's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. What do we call a person who takes away the rights of others on the basis of color? You call him a prejudiced person. Prejudice means having a bias, partiality. So, a person who takes away the rights of others, you call him very narrow-minded. So, the person who takes away the rights of others, is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. What is he locked in? The person who oppresses others, he is also a prisoner. He is the prisoner of narrow-mindedness, he is the prisoner of hatred, and he is the prisoner of prejudice. A strong dislike without any reason. So if you dislike another person without any reason, that is prejudice. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. अगर आप दूसरे का अधिकार ले लेते हैं तो आप अपने आप को फ्री नहीं समझ सकते हैं. Just as surely I am not free when my freedom is taken away from me. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. So, both the oppressed and the oppressor are robbed of their humanity. So, end of the chapter. Anything that you want to ask? How did Mandela's understanding of freedom change with age and experience? Who will answer this? How did Mandela's understanding of freedom change with age and experience? This is the fourth question. How did Mandela's understanding of freedom change with age and experience? So when he was a child, what did he think? He was under the illusion that he was free. लेकिन जब वो बड़े हुए तो ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग बदला. When he became an adult, he understood he was not free. बचपन में कुछ कुछ छोटी छोटी चीज़ आज़ादी से करने को मिल जाता था, तो ऐसा लगता था कि वो फ्री है. बट व्हेन ही ग्रू अप, देन ही अंडरस्टूड दैट दिस फ्रीडम वाज अ फॉल्स फ्रीडम, because he was not free to go out at night, he was not free to read the books of his choice, he could not get the job according to his potential. So then he realized that he is not free in the real sense. Okay. Why did such a large number of international leaders attend the inauguration? Yes, to congratulate Nelson Mandela for the new democratic non-racial government. It is a triumph of the end of an evil system of apartheid. What did it signify, the triumph?